Number one lie you tell yourself as a filmmaker is that you're not important. Yeah. A lot of filmmakers, maybe a videographer or a photographer or a content creator, there's this subconscious ideology you have of yourself that you are not important. That is not true. You are important. And you need to believe this, because if you don't, people will see you as unimportant. And if people see you as unimportant, they are going to treat you as unimportant. And then you are going to believe that you are not important. Now, let me paint your role for you. As either a photographer or a videographer, you document people's memories, moments, emotions. Those are the things you document. You preserve it. You tell people's story. You create an image, a perspective for them. So, you're very important. As a matter of fact, let's say you are a wedding photographer or videographer. Your work is the only thing that remains as a reference to what happened. Because every other thing that happened momentarily, and it's going to pass. The food that they ate, they will eat it and forget about it. The decor and everything, they are going to dismantle everything after the event. In fact, the guests that came, they will leave. Do you get? The DJ, everybody that came, they will all leave. The songs will cease. The food will finish. The drinks will finish. But what won't finish is your work. That work that you've put together, the story you've told, the memories you've captured will remain for years to come. Even great-grandchildren are going to see the pictures, they're going to see the videos, and then they're going to feel like they attended the occasion because of what you do. So, if decoration, drinks, aesthetics, performances, singing, dancing, laughing, crying, and everything, even fights, if all the things that happened at an event is not documented, the event is as good as not happening at all, right? It means there's no evidence that this thing happened if it was not documented. So you are a preserver. You're a gatekeeper. You keep things, you preserve memories. You can make the couples feel the same way they felt on the wedding day 10 years later, just by them going back to the footages captured on the wedding day. So your work is that important. So if you don't see yourself that way, people will not see you that way, and then you will not be treated that way. So this mindset will always guide you, such that when anybody calls you, I want you to help me cover an event, you're going to come with that understanding that I'm coming to preserve the memory of this event. I'm coming to document. So you are coming to help, not they helping you. You are coming to do what? You're coming to help them. So you are that important. Imagine you capture everything on let's say, wedding. The wedding happens, for a normal individual. For a normal individual, weddings happen just once in a lifetime, right? Yes. As God has ordained, weddings happen once in a lifetime. So imagine you captured everything, from A to Z, from church, from traditional to church to reception. And then you were going home. And the moment you got home, you can't find your cards again. You can't, all the SD card, your storage, everything is missing. what is the first thing you're going to do? Because in such a case, it's either you tell the ground to swallow you up, or you wake up from the dream, because it means you have ruined everything that happened. Because as far as they are concerned, there is nothing to show for the event. There's nothing to show for it. No records, nothing. So you are that important. In fact, if that should happen to any person, the couple will sue them and they will drag them to court, because it's a big deal. So those cards after an event, those things are golden. So that tells you that your role is very, very critical. You cannot just misbehave. You can't just um deal with those files the way you want, because it's as grievous as killing or taking a life. So if your role is that important, why should you see yourself as less? It doesn't make sense, right? So this thing, because most times when you capture moments, or maybe you misplace an SD card or something, you can't possibly tell the couple or the guest to come back, let's do another wedding so that I can capture another thing. It's a once in a lifetime thing. So you're very important, guy. In fact, you are too important. So when you see your role as critical as that, you're going to carry yourself as such. So no client is helping you or doing you a favor by calling you to come and cover their event or capture anything. You are the one doing them a favor. So you have to see yourself as such. Because if you think they are doing you a favor, the best you can do is to just capture their event and match together and give them. You are not telling any story, you are not evoking any emotion, you are not preserving anything, you are just documenting. And then there will be nothing special to what you are offering. So they can easily reach out to anybody to do it. But if you know your onions, I know a friend of mine usually say, if you know your onions, you will eat your suya well. So, guys, what I'm saying is this: your role is very important when it comes to capturing and preserving memories. So don't look down on yourself. No matter what, if certain clients, or based on experience, didn't treat you well or didn't pay you enough as they ought to pay you, two things are involved. Number one, you are still in your growth phase. So grow, pass through it, and grow fast so that you can leave that phase quickly. Or number two, it's your fault. If you are no more in your growth phase and you are still allowing clients to look down on you, or see your work as merely capturing and merging clips, then it's your fault. It means you are not doing a good job in projecting yourself as who you are. The first thing you should do when it comes to things like this is you must let them know how to treat you. You must tell them. You must carry yourself in such manner. When you do so, then they will treat you as such. I think I don't want to say much there because I can keep going on and on. But I believe you've captured that, right? So you can make or mar people's lives. You can destroy lives. If you capture the wrong stuff, you can. So please see yourself as very important. Right? So let's move to number two. So the number one thing is that the lie you believe is that you are not important. Now that you've known that it's a lie, so always see yourself as what? Important henceforth. Now let's move. Another lie you tell yourself as a creative or as a filmmaker is you must accept every job that comes your way. No, that is not true. You don't have to accept the fact that somebody reached out to you and says, Do you capture event? Okay, I want you to help us capture this event. This is how it's going to go, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. If the project does not resonate with your values, or if it doesn't, if it doesn't, or if it is not in your niche, for those who have niche down on something, if it is not in your niche, you don't have to take it. In fact, if a client or someone approaches you and says, I want you to, let's do something, and then the approach, the manner of approach, you know, the manner in which they approach you is somehow condescending, you can choose to turn down the job. I've done that before. When a client just comes to you and feels they are doing you a favor by giving you a job, you can tell them, I'm not taking this job. Why? Why don't you want to take it? I just don't want to. I feel you didn't value me enough. Yeah, I'm not taking. See, you are not obligated to take every job. That's just it. If you want to class yourself, if you want to really go far, if you want to really become the top 1% in this field, you don't have to take every job, because some job will stain your white. Some jobs will disrespect you. Some jobs will humiliate you. That's the truth. So now you may want to ask me, you may want to ask, what if I'm broke and a job comes my way and all that? How do I handle that? I need the money, so I have to do the job. Yes, we've all been there. I've been there to myself, right? I've taken jobs because I didn't have much. It's not that I wanted to do the job, but I didn't have much, so I have to take the job, right? So what if you find yourself? I don't always find myself in that loop anymore, because I found a way to bring myself out of that. And I'm going to tell you how you can bring yourself out of that kind of loop too. The reason why people take all jobs that comes to them, even if it is a field that they are not passionate about, is because they are broke and they needed the money. That's why they take the jobs. Okay. Let's say you are let's say you're a documentary filmmaker, and then somebody is bringing you a gig to go and cover concerts, at an event, a concert. But you do documentary. All you are used to is, let's script this thing, let this person sit down, let's interview this person, let's go to this area, let's capture some footages that we can use to support our storyline, blah blah blah. That's what you do. But now they said concerts. Concert is usually unscripted. Just capture the event as it is unfolding. Now that is not your niche, but because you need money, you took the job. Number one, you're not going to do it well because it is not your area of specialization. Okay, because you need the money, you don't want to collaborate with people who specialize in it, so that they will not share out of your share, and the money, your own share may eventually now be small. So you decide to do it on your own, so that you can have all the money to yourself, and then you go ahead and you do the job, you do rubbish, or you didn't do it up to what they were expecting, and then that becomes a one-off. They will never call you again. That is number one disadvantage. Number two disadvantage is that if you do something that is not in your niche, number one, you will not even be able to use it for marketing purpose, because you have niched down onto one thing. Some people have niched down into wedding videography. That is what their page is all about. Wedding, 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 wedding. Now they got a job to shoot a music video. They don't do music video. They've probably not done before, or they are not really, skilled in doing that. So the first thing that will happen is you will not do it well. You because you don't really have expression in that. And because you didn't do it well, you may not be able to associate yourself to it. So it's going to be a thumbs down for you at every point. Anywhere that work gets to and your name is seen there, nobody will want to work with you because they will believe you are not good enough. Whereas you are just doing what is not within your niche. Do you get? Now, the reason, let me go back to my point. The reason why many people take every job that comes their way is because they are broke. That's why they take it. Here's the solution. Make sure your filmmaking is not the only source of income you have. That is the only way to break out of that. If filmmaking is the only source of income you have, you always want to take every job that comes your way, and that will keep destroying your career. You won't be able to build in certain direction. Do you get? So you don't have to take every job that comes your way. If you want to break out of that cycle of taking every job that comes your way because you are broke, what do? Get a different stream of income. Let your videography not be the only stream of income you have. So when you make money from it, invest it into something else, business or any other skill that you know that you can be, side hustles, so that you'll be able to turn down some jobs confidently. In fact, people will not bring some kind of job to you. In fact, when they bring some kind of job to you that the money is ridiculous, you'll be able to turn it down because you will not seem hungry to them. And then when you turn down all those small jobs, you will have time to build yourself so that bigger stuff will come your way. So build a different stream of income or have multiple streams of income. By so doing, if you turn down some jobs, you will not be broke. You still have other things to fall back on. The reason why you accept every job is because you are broke. And the reason why you are broke is because you have just that one stream of income, which is this one that you're doing. So how do you break out of it? Have more than one stream of income, so that when jobs are not really coming this direction, you have other things to fall back on while you build yourself towards a particular niche, so that when those jobs come in that direction, you'll be able to do it to the best of your ability. And when you do it to the best of your ability, they will keep coming and they will keep recommending you, and the recommenders will keep recommending you, and then you have multiple tree of recommendations, and then you can now do what? You can now board. You feel me? So let's go to number 3. I said I'm going to share with you 6. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 lie you tell yourself. I'm going to say it in 2 ways. Lie number 3A. Lie number 3A says, I need gadgets to start as a filmmaker. That is a lie. That's lie number 3. I need gadgets to start. You don't need gadgets to start. Yes, you don't need gadgets to start. You don't. Nah. You don't need. Okay, let me bust your bubble. You don't need a camera to start as a filmmaker. You don't need it. You don't need to own a camera to start as a filmmaker or as a photographer or whatever. You don't. You don't. I say you don't. I'm a living testimony. You don't need a camera. In fact, some people, I'm about to say another one. You don't need a system to start as a video editor. So the thing is, we like to lie to ourselves so that we can feel good. So we just lie to ourselves and then we peg it there so that we can feel good and justify our failures. So many people will say, I don't have gadgets yet. That's why I'm not doing all those stuff. So more, if I should have money like this, I'll buy one mad camera. I'll just start doing stuff. So God, please provide. More this life. It is well, sha. One day God will answer me. You don't need a gadget to start as a filmmaker. You don't need a gadget. You don't need camera. Let me put it that way. You don't. Or you don't need to have your own to start. This is how it works. What you need to have to start is just the skill. Once you have the skill, you're good to go. So how do you get the gears? When you have a project, you rent it, use it for whatever you want to use it for, and that's it. When I started learning, I didn't have a camera. Although I'd already started learning editing and all that. Okay, let me balance the other one. I said you don't need a system to start as a video editor, but you need a phone because you can't edit in cloud. You need a phone, right? As far as you have a phone, I don't think there's a human being that doesn't have a phone. As far as you are age, maybe 18 and above, you have a phone. No matter how hard life is, people usually have phones and data. So I don't know how they do it, but they do. So, I had to go to the barest minimum. If you have a phone, you can start editing using CapCut or FILMMAKER or InShot or Power Director or name it. All those mobile app stuff. All right. But if you have a system, congratulations, you can get your Adobe Premiere Pro or your Final Cut or DaVinci or your to start editing. Congratulations. So I had to just balance that. But let me go to the popular one, gadgets. Everybody always says camera, 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 camera. I need my own camera to start as as a filmmaker. You don't. When I started as a filmmaker, when I get gigs, they pay me the money to start. I just remove some money to rent camera, use it for that day, shoot whatever I want to shoot, get my card, copy out all those things from it onto my system. I return the camera and then I go ahead and work, do my work. So you don't need gadgets. That's just a fact. Stop lying to yourself and sitting down and crying or wailing or justifying your failures and say you don't have gadgets. That's why you're not succeeding in life, or that's why you're not you're not doing what you're supposed to do. No, you don't need a gadget to start. Just know somebody that has it. Either you know somebody that has it or not. In your city, wherever you are, they are renting at a price. When you get a gig, rent it, use it, and return it. You are not even using your own money to rent it. That's just the funny thing. You are using the money from the gig you got to rent the camera and to use. Isn't that simple? So you don't need a gadget to start. What you need is the skill. Get the skill, hone it, know it well, and then anytime you have a gig, rent the camera and use. Now, lie 3B. Lie 3B is that I need the best gadgets to start doing some hot jobs. Like some big projects. Some of you, maybe you've bought your first camera and all that, and then you're like, this camera is too small. For me to be able to do some big stuff, I need to buy some big gadgets. You don't need to buy some big gadgets. The same principle applies. Just have a big mindset and then you do big jobs. You will do those jobs that brings in money. You don't need big gadgets to do them. You don't need to buy it, or people don't do. Hey, you don't go and ask. People don't spend their money to buy gadgets like that. If I have a big project, I rent the gadget, I use it, I return it. That's it. Why would I go and buy Alexa Mini or Red Komodo or all these, big cameras and all that? Black magic. Right? Why would I go and buy it and own it? The only reason why we do that is if I'm running a production company. I'm shooting on the steady, I'm producing. As a producer, yes, I can get it, own it. Maybe I have a production studio where, there's stuff going on. But as an indie filmmaker, as an independent filmmaker who get gigs from here, there, you don't need to buy your own first. Start from where you are. Any gig you get, rent whatsoever you need. Either if whatsoever can make that job done, get that job done. Rent your gadget for it and then use it and return it. So stop lying to yourself that you need. Why, if I ask you people now, why haven't you shot? Maybe whatever camera is in your head that is the best camera. Why haven't you shot with it yet? You tell me that you've not had access to it. You're renting. All you just need to do is rent and use for your project. It might be more expensive, maybe 120k per day, or it may be expensive. Some major stuff, some high-end Sony cameras are like 50k per day, 70k per day. Some Alexa and all those big cinema cameras can range from 200, 250, 300, 350, depending on which vendor is supplying and all that. So those people who own it, they are using it for business. They are not using it for their personal. They are using it for business. They are renting it out to make their money. So why do you want to own it before you start using it? Start using it, then you own it. That's how it works. Rent it, use it, return it. Rent it, use it, return it. Come on. I beg you. So that's it. Now let me say this. Let me add this to it. When you are starting out as a filmmaker, your priority is not buying gadgets. That buying gadgets should not be among your top 10 priorities when you are starting out. In fact, don't bother about it. What you should bother about is your knowledge, is your mastery of the skill. That is what you should bother about, not the gadgets. All right. I'd rather spend 1 million naira on paying for a course or for a class that will give me knowledge than using the 1 million naira to buy a camera, provided that I don't have a camera to use. I would rather spend the 1 million naira on knowledge than spend it on gadgets. When I spend the 1 million naira on knowledge, I'm going to learn what is going to make me 100 million naira plus, even without owning a camera. So what I'm saying is, your major priority is the mastery of your skill, not gadgets. Because if you use the 1 million naira to buy gadgets, you don't know anything. You don't know how to even use the gadget effectively yet. But you're using the money to buy gadgets. Gadget that you not use. 100 out of 100 of people who say they are waiting to get their own gadget before they can start doing something with their life or with their filmmaking career, they will eventually buy the gadget and still not use it. Why? Because it was never a problem. Gadget was never the problem. It is their mindset that is the problem. Right? Many people have phones that they can use to shoot, put things together, shoot content, come up with a mass storyline, shoot, cut, edit it in a very nice way and post on their social media either weekly or twice per week or even monthly. But they will not do it. They are waiting to get a camera. And guess what? They eventually get the camera. They will still not do anything with it because it was not there. If it is not there, it is not there. Not new cameras will not bring it out. It is just that desire to do something that will make you use what you have to do it. Forget about quality. Use that your phone to do some mad stuffs. Edit it in a nice way. Nobody cares about the quality. They just want to be amazed by what you've done. And when people see that this guy is good, Then they can say, why not? Let's do this on a larger scale. And then that's it. Let me stop there. So let's move to the fourth point. Whew. Oh boy, this one is that number 3 point is a tough one for me, but I'm glad I'm able to express myself. So number 4. So this is another lie that filmmakers, tell themselves. They say, one is good for me. I don't need to bother myself about this. So what do I mean? One, when it comes to filmmaking, okay, especially videographers now, it's usually videography and video editing. Like you are shooting and then you're editing. So some people will come and tell you that all I do is the cinematography. I only do cinematography. I only shoot. I don't know how to edit. All I do is shoot. I don't know how to edit. Somebody else can edit. But I'm focusing more on shooting. When it comes to framing, when it comes to composition, I'm so good at that. But when it comes to cutting and joining, I find this very boring. I can even sleep off. So it's not my thing. I don't do it. I don't know how to do it. And some people will tell you, when it comes to this editing, I'm very good at it. I can edit from now till next year without stopping. Just be giving me Nescafe or give me yogurt. I'll keep editing and editing and editing. In fact, till Jesus comes. But when it comes to shooting, I don't know that one. No. I know if we shoot, I cannot be setting camera and be setting lights. I don't know that one, but I can edit. Oh God, that is not good. If you are someone like that, it is not good. Now, you might want to say, isn't it good to just focus and streamline and do something? Yes, but you are not using your brain to the full capacity. Let me explain. It is good to know both. They are still within the same thing, shooting and editing. They are still within the same stuff. You can know the two well. You focusing on one and not doesn't mean, see, you will meet some people that they know the two more than you who choose to focus on one. They can shoot well, they can edit well, more than you who decides to only pick shooting and not editing. Do they have a bigger brain? No. They've just learned to expand, to stretch themselves beyond their limits. So even if you don't intend to know editing that much, know it to an extent that when you are left to yourself, you'll be able to produce something. You'll be able to do something meaningful. In fact, some people will not shakara you again. Do you get? Why will you start a project and you shoot it and then you're now waiting for one editor to edit your work for you, when you can just pick it up and edit it yourself and move to the next thing? A lot of people, I've met people and I always hear this a lot, that since this is what they focus on, they don't want to, this guy is just delaying my work, it's just slowing me down. It's because you've decided to be lazy. Face it, many people always run from video editing. I don't know why. Some people just feel it's hard or it's boring. I don't know. But the people who are doing it, who focused on it, who know it, they are making money. They will not tell you they are making money. But people just want to be, lights, action. Oh yeah, let's go shoot. Hey, stop there. This not. You want to direct. You want to be the center of attraction, and then you choose to just do that only. Go and check top directors, they can also, top directors within or without outside the country. They can also shoot. They can also do cinematography, and they can also edit. Top directors, go and check. Ask them. In fact, most of them even started from there. Most of them used to be video editors before they became cinematographers, before they now became directors. Most of them started from that. They climbed up the ladder. So don't now say you want to focus on one and you not complete. I'm not saying don't be prominent as one. You can project yourself as I'm a cinematographer. That is what I do professionally. But then when it comes to video editing too, know how to do it. When it comes to other aspects, bits and pieces, know how to do it. Know a little bit of everything. That's how you stand. When three people stand together, you will have an edge over them because you know a bit of other things outside your focus. Do I say it's easy? No, it's not easy. But then when you go through it, you become indispensable. Yeah. Okay. So we have 2 more to go. So let me quickly rush this. Number 5. Another lie. Things will change for me one day. I will start getting bigger gigs one day. So a lot of people are very, very hopeful. It is called toxic hope. You have some kind of toxic hope such that you are hoping that things will change and you are not doing anything. Like one day, one big gig, they will just throw one big contract on my laps and that's it. And I'll start making money. Things will change one day. Things will not change by itself. You have to make it happen. Even Newton's law of motion says an object will remain at rest perpetually until an external force is applied. So, if you want to move, apply force. Things will not change for you one day. You need to make things change. A bigger gig will not come your way one day. You need to do something about it. If you want to get big, because a lot of people get trapped in the loop of certain amounts that they make when they do gigs. They get trapped. You just see that year in, year out, this is the same amount I've been getting from all my gigs. So how do you break out of that jinx? How do you break out of it? You can't break out of it by wishing that one day you will break out. You need to consciously break out of it. Let's say most of your gig, the average you make from every gig you get is 100k. Every gig, the average 100k. At times, some may be a bit higher, maybe 120. At times, some may be a bit lesser, maybe 80. But it is just within that, that frame. 100k, 100k, 100k. How do you break from it? Why others are making millions from that same gig? In fact, they are not even as good as you. You see the videos, you see that this thing is not as good though, but they made millions from it. How do you break out from that 100k into millions? Even if not millions, at least into like 400k, 500k ish. How do you break out consciously? The first step you take is you decide that, okay, henceforth, I'm increasing my prices. Hey, this thing that I've mentioned now, hope I'm ready to delve into this. You say henceforth, I'm increasing my prices. But to be fair, you cannot just wake up one day and say, I'm increasing my prices. Have you increased what you offer to? Because most times, the value you give is converted into the money you get. So value for the money. So if you don't increase the value you give, don't expect that when you raise your money, people will still patronize you. No. People won't. So where do you take it from? You should have gotten that cue. Increase your value and then you can increase your money. So how do you increase your value? Go and learn more. Upgrade your skill. Learn more. When you learn more, you'll be able to do the work in a much more different way, in a very better way. And then you'll be able to, upgrade your price. Another thing, apart from learning more too, there's also something else you need to learn, which is the business of your work, of that skill you have. You should learn the business of it. When you learn the business of it, you'll be able to speak money. You'll be able to convince your clients why they should give you this money for this job. You will know the right words to say, and the words will be good and sweet enough to convince them. You get? So people don't just break from thousands to millions by wishing. They consciously do it. But when you start that, when you make that decision, all the people giving you the 100K, they are going to leave you. And then for a while, everything may seem dry. You may not get the gigs again, everything can cease. But if you can hold on for long, while you keep developing yourself, while you keep building, gigs will start coming in the amount that you wanted or that you have raised the bar to. And when they start coming in that amount, once you've done one, more will keep coming in that range till you are tired of that range again, and then you raise the bar. You don't just raise the bar, don't forget. You must also upgrade your knowledge base, upgrade the value you give, and then you can conveniently raise the bar, and then you wait for that period. You keep building, you keep doing what you do better, and then the money comes in. That's how it works. So things will not just change. Your money, the whatever you are making will not just increase all of a sudden. Just because you're a good person. No, you have to make things work. When you make it work, then it will work out. Are we together? So this, guys, if you make do with all these things I'm telling you, you are not going to remain the same. Don't just hear it and trash it, or hear it and just move on. This is February 2025 is going again, and then very soon people will start singing happy birthday to you again. It means you are growing old. If you keep living your life the same way, you are not improving on anything. Before you know it, they will do your 60th birthday, and then you look back and see your grandchildren. That's it. You don't finish. You don't go with that. Life don't finish for you. This life is very short, so we cannot do anyhow. We have to just, every opportunity we have, let's grow, let's move, quick, sharp. Let's move. That's it. That's how it is done. Are we together? And the final point I have for tonight is this. I made a status update this evening on my status. It just came out of a burden, because I know I will always want to cry when I say this, because I don't know, maybe I'm the one who, I don't, maybe I'm the one surrounding myself with such people. I don't know, but like I said, if you have chosen to go in a certain path, let's say video editing, or because video editing is the one that pains me more now. A lot of people call themselves video editors, and they are not good. They are not good enough. People they can't give you a job and you do it successfully well. So what are you video editing? I don't get. Since this year began, I've been looking for video editors. In fact, since last year, I've been looking for video editors. I will push out vacancy. I need video editors. People will troop in with my email. I will keep seeing different this thing. I will check their portfolios. I'll see that. What is this? they are not good enough. You know, it amazes me how that you call yourself something and then you are not good at it. You call yourself a designer and you are not good at it. You call yourself a, let's say you call yourself a carpenter and you are not good at it. Then what are you doing with your life? Like, what? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, but it's just the body. I've been looking for video editors and I have so many video editors in my contact list. I'll get so many applications. Some people will not even add cover letter to it. They will just send their this into my email like that. Their CV. Wait, I won't even use CV do. Who cares about CV? Send your work, your best work, and let's see. They will send CV. The CV that nobody will read. They will send it. Okay, where's your work? It's not there. No links, nothing. Some people will just even send, those that will even now send the link, we send only link to the email. There is no, yes, I would like to work with you because of this. Nothing like that. Just send link. Some will even do that. They will say, I would like to work with you. They will go and use ChatGPT and write plenty things. Or they will even type and write something very juicy and nice. Okay, where is your work? You click on the link they sent and you see their works and you just shake your head and be like, hey, Jesus. You know, when you get like 20 applications, 25 applications, and none of them are up to standard, it baffles me. Like, and people will be complaining that they are broke, they don't have money, they don't have this. Yet, what you claim to be doing, you are not good at it. So the few that are good at what they do, they keep getting the jobs. They keep getting the jobs. And the job becomes overwhelming. And they're like looking at, okay, let me get people so that we can work on this thing together. But those people are not good enough to do it. See, let me speak for video editing. If you choose to learn video editing or if you choose to become a video editor and you are good at what you do, you can never ever be broke. It is not possible. You can never be broke. I'm saying it with my full chest because I'm a video editor and I know what that means. Don't live below standard. You get whatsoever penny you are making today is not even enough. It's not, you may think you have money, but people are making more. What you are making in a year, people are making it from 1 gig. Why not just desire that? How do you desire that? By upgrading, learn, become better, sharpen your skills, become better at it. Look for people who are doing better in that field. Attach yourself to them. Let them show you how it is done. Some of you that are in this community now, this is a good thing. Some people will be in this community and they will never attend any class and they will never, the classes they miss, they will never go through the stuff. They are just there for being their sake. I'm not saying be like them, but when you take a step towards something, see to it, become obsessed, like just want to learn, just be crazy about it, that this thing, I must know it. I want to be the best at this thing. Just be mad. God. I'm not able, I don't know. God help me. But that's just it, guys. That's it. You can't tell me that you're a video editor or you have a skill and you're extremely good at it and you're broke. You can't be broke. The reason why you're broke is because you are not good at what you do. Just take it. That's why. If you are good at what you do, you can never be broke. Because people will just be looking for you. When they see a good work, they will say, who edited this video? Or who created this design? I want this person to work with me. When people see good things, they can't resist it. They will look for you. They will dig you out. They can't resist it. So anything that your hands find doing, do it with the whole of your might. do it like your life depends on it. When you do that, not everybody's is doing that. So when you do that, you will stand out. You become exceptional. People will look for you. In fact, when you build yourself, when you develop yourself, money will look for you. Don't look for money. Develop yourself and money will look for you. In fact, the jobs will start coming. The work will be like, no, I don't want, I can't take this one. You call someone, I have a job for you. In fact, the reason why people, when they refer you to something, they want a cut from it is because they too are struggling financially. You can get to a point whereby when the job begins to come in, you just keep recommending people, okay, guy, I have a job for you, just take it. And the guy will say, you recommended this job, let me just give you something. Say, don't worry, how much are they even paid that you want to give me? Don't worry, just keep it. It's yours. Because you yourself, you are doing well. That's why you're able to do that. If you are not doing well, you won't be able to. You always want cuts from everywhere. Give me cuts now. I even recommended you. You cannot even say, let me set you with something. It's because you are not making much yourself. When Jacob brought gifts to Esau said, I have more than enough. Don't worry. He didn't collect it. Say, I have more than enough. Even all these ones, keep it to yourself. You may need them. I have more than it. That's how it should be. You get it. That's how it should be. I'm going to explain how you can build your portfolio. So let's say you don't have hands-on experience. You're just starting out and then you're just learning, you're just growing, and nobody's giving you gigs yet to do. Nobody's calling you to come and help them cover whatever, shoot or edit or do anything like that. So at that stage, what you should do is build a portfolio. How do you build a portfolio for yourself? You're going to embark on a personal project, right? You can go as far as you want to go, but it is just the mind, how crazy you are will determine what you're going to do to create a portfolio. Let's say you want to create a portfolio okay, let me share personal experience. When I started out, I didn't have any video, any wedding. I don't really do weddings anymore because I'm not so passionate about it. Not that I'm not passionate about it. I'm passionate about storytelling. So storytelling can go in any way. It can be in wedding, it can be in commercial, it can be in every niche. But most times I find wedding too boring. I find wedding too boring, especially when the client won't give you a free hand to do something, right? If they won't give you a free hand to come up with your concept and all that, I don't want to do that kind of wedding. The only wedding I would like to shoot is a wedding that I'm going to tell you, this is the story we want to tell. Are you good with it? And when they say yes, so that means you are going to do everything I ask you to do. Yes, then we can shoot. So that is my own, that's my own field, right? So, but when I was starting out, I wanted to shoot weddings, but I didn't have any wedding that I've done. I was not good enough then. So my landlord then, well, I was in my service year when my landlord then was getting married and he couldn't afford a videographer. And I volunteered to take his wedding, to capture it. I volunteered. So he didn't pay me. So he's not expecting, he didn't even know that I was doing any video for him to present later. He didn't know, he only got a photographer. So I was not under pressure to do anything to satisfy him. I was just doing my thing because it was a volunteer, it was a decision. So I captured the wedding, captured different angle, put it together. In fact, after the wedding day, I think 2 days after, when I finished editing it, I called him and his wife. He had no idea I captured his wedding. I called him and his wife and I sat them down. I said, I have a gift for you. And then they were wondering, what gift? So they sat down, I brought out my system and I played the wedding video for them. It touched them. In fact, the man shed it. He shed tears. The reason why it touched them so deeply is because, number one, they wanted to get a videographer, but they didn't have the money to, as at then, right? And number two, and now I covered the event for them without them knowing. So for them to now sit down and relive that experience, it really touched them deep that the man shed tears. So it was in fact, when I gave them the file, every visitor that came to visit them for their wedding, that is what they play for them on their TV. The video today, if I see that video today, I'm going to scream. In fact, I will not want to watch 1 minute of it because it was poor, it was terrible. But as at that time, it meant the world to them because they were seeing. I'm sure they will still have the video up till today. If I reach out to him now, that's up. Can you send me the? I'm sure he will still have it because it meant a lot to them. So I was able to do that to build my portfolio. I did it for free, but it is my work. I was able to build my portfolio. So if anybody asks me, have you done, as at then though, have you done a wedding shoot before? I'll present that one to them. This, I've done it. So if you don't have hands-on experience on anything that you can present or that you can practice, create projects for yourself. I've done different documentaries before. I'll go with a friend, go to the market. Even COVID, I did COVID documentary. I interviewed different people in the markets, how the COVID pandemic affected their business. I did all those things by myself. Nobody gave me work. It cost me money, transportation, buy this, buy. I did different kinds of documentary. So it will cost you money, it will cost you. Do projects. If somebody is getting married in your family or something, offer to do it for free for them. If somebody is doing naming ceremony, offer to do it for free. You are building portfolios like that. You are building if you are pitching it to a client, nobody will ask you, did they pay you for this work or not? Or did you do it for free? Nobody will ask. Once they see a beautiful story, they will just love it. Especially if you put in your best into it as though they paid you for it. They are going to love it. And then that one will yield you gigs. I've done, in fact, a promo video for an event. I've done it for free before. I just told the event host, I just want to help. I want to contribute to this. But what you can do for me, just get the gadgets, pay for the gadgets. I'm going to shoot and edit for you for free. Just pay for the cameras we will use, and that's it. Because I wanted a good quality stuff. So he paid for the cameras. I shot the commercial for him for free. And that commercial became my own portfolio. So anybody I want to pitch for that, they have an event coming up and they want to shoot a commercial for the event, I show them and they wow, this is amazing. Like, okay, so how much will you do? Then I can charge them any amount I want. Even though they never knew this one that I showed them was done for free. But I used it to charge them as much as I want because I know this is my worth. I'm doing this just to create a portfolio. So if you don't have hands-on experience on things, create it for yourself. Do a short movie. A short movie that consists just one person. You can do it. Write a script. If you don't have people, you can do a monologue short movie. You can do short movie of 2 people. Do a documentary. What's going on? What's in vogue now? MTN has increased their tariff. Do a documentary on it. How it affected people's, how people felt about it. All you just need is that craziness. Just be mad.